Hello and welcome. I am so glad you're here. I'm Beth, a creator-based coach with CMH Coaching for Life. I'm here today to help you and those you love create a life you feel grounded and at home in. Think of a life where you feel peace, love for those around you, and in a flow with just enough challenge to keep you happy and creating something wonderful. Sounds like magic, but it's not. You can create that life every single day. You can have a life full of love, excitement, hope, and creation. Our mission at CMH Coaching is to flood the earth with light through compassion, mindfulness, and hope. And I'm going to ask a favor of you. If you like what you see and hear today, think of someone you know that would enjoy and benefit from this message. Our mission is to flood the world with compassion, mindfulness, and hope. Share this with them. But for now, this is time just for you. So settle into whatever you're doing and enjoy this time with the girls, where we create that one awesome, amazing, perfect life every one of us is seeking.
You gotta watch your thinking. Watch your thinking. Watch your thinking.
Your announcer voice.
That's my announcer voice. That's right. Welcome to a creator-based life. How's that for my announcer voice?
That was really good.
Podcast for CMH Coaching, where living a faith-fueled, creator-led life makes life easy and purposeful and exciting. It really does. Come on, Jen. It's exciting. Makes life exciting. A life you can't wait to wake up to in the morning. And that makes for great days. This is really cool. So this week, we're talking about the 10 C's in a faith-fueled, creator-led life. It's a real mouthful. But I want to tell you guys, I was studying this weekend. I'm in a mastermind group, and we were studying Dick Schwartz parts theory from internal family systems. And we went through those C's. And I know you guys have heard us talk about the C's before. Jen is really, really good. She's even got them all memorized. And the thought just came to me, what if we did a series on the 8 C's that have recently become 9 C's, and then we do them in the creator-based way. So it's all centered in our creator. And as I was thinking about it, the first thing I thought of is, but you can't do that without the 5 principles of creator-based coaching, because you have to have the foundation before you can work your way through the C's. Mm-hmm. So let's see if we can remember the 5 principles. First one is, you are the creator of your life experience. Mm-hmm. And that translates to, you are not a victim. You are the creator. And JC knows all the tricks and tips for getting yourself out of victim and into creator. Is good. She's been practicing this weekend, right?
I have been practicing. Yes.
Been practicing. And then the second one, you have within you light and truth, all the power you need to grow and progress. And then the third one, happiness is most likely to be achieved through the principles of faith, which is faith-fueled, compassion, mindfulness, and hope. And then this one, which I just love, the fourth one, we are different by design. Different is so good, y'all. And then the last and baby one, which we all just love, change is a gift. And it may be small, but it is powerful. Change is a gift. So all of that being said, if you base it on the 5 principles, then we start with the C's. And the first C in Dick Schwartz's list is calmness. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not been especially calm in anybody's life this week, I would imagine. It's the first week of the year. For me personally, I hit the ground for New Year's Day on January 6th, not January 1st. Because, right. I mean, who starts New Year's on a Wednesday? So it had to be a Monday, January 6th. And I'll tell you, by Tuesday night, I was done. I wasn't feeling calm or collected or anything. I was just really tired because I hit the ground running way too fast. So I just thought we might talk a little bit about ways that we can calm ourselves down, or ways that we can find calm. One of the things that really helps me to find calm is the backwards law: do less, expect more. So we might talk about do less, expect more, and what that looks like and how that plays out in our lives. It really is backwards to think that you could do less and while you're doing less, expect more to happen. And I think for me anyway, that's predicated on the belief that busy equals productive. And the faster I run, the more productivity I have in my life, the more I get done. So it just naturally follows that if I drive myself into the ground, I'm going to get a ton done. But that's false. I mean, it's a proven falsehood. So why don't we start with that? How do you guys do balance if we live in a world that teaches busyness equals productivity when it's false? What do you do with that?
I've switched it to not busyness, but progress. Because progress, sometimes you do have to rest or you do have to step back
I
instead of
do.
just being busy, busy, busy all the time.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I need a rest after lunch every day. You know, even if it's 10 minutes in meditation, I need to actually stop from lunch until I go back in the afternoon. And that makes a huge difference to me, just a few minutes. Sometimes it's half an hour.
like your
Yeah.
busyness has more purpose.
Yeah, busyness with more purpose. And then it's progress. So it can be baby steps because it's even a little bit is really makes a difference.
A lot of it too is wrapping your mind around it is why are you doing the busyness? Is it for
Right.
a purpose?
Right. And how does it make you feel? For
Yeah.
me, when my kids were little, the busier I were, the more powerful I felt. And that kept going for a while until I just got sick. You know, well, you just can't stay that busy all the time.
And
And I
maybe
had
the time in
that
your life
adjustment.
was to be busy because you had to take care of children.
Yeah,
Doesn't mean that every moment in your life has to be that intense. And there's
right.
rhythms to your life. And so you kind of have to feel your rhythms. And so that's why I just absolutely hate the new year because we're just bombarded with all these like self-help, change, new year, new you, all this stuff and everything. And you're just like, why does it have to take the beginning of the year to do that? Why shouldn't we always be kind of trying to improve ourselves? But it just
Are
rubs me
we not good enough as we are?
exactly. But also, don't we all know that we're trying to change something or work on something or better something? And it just to me, it's the wrong time of year for me to do that. Winter, I cannot get the energy moving. It's just
So
not it's just not my rhythm cycle. It's just
that's
not.
what I was going to say. You mentioned something about rhythms. So
Mhm.
can you talk to me a little bit about rhythms and productivity?
Well, I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but this is just me. This is what I have figured out in my life. Why why I can't do anything like in January. Why I've tried and tried and tried over again to change, to do these new programs, all this stuff, and it just doesn't work for me. It's because I'm doing it in the wrong way. If I want to do a change, I need to do it in a way that's introspective and calming and in the rhythm of what I feel the season is. To me, winter is a time to be indoors, to be cozy, to be inward, to be focused that way, not to be trying to change my every aspect of my life. That energy for me comes in spring. And I wake
Takes
up
you
and
growing up and out.
yeah, time to change, time to rebirth or whatever. I'm very much that nature girl. So I follow those. I'm very much the girl that if it's not sunny outside, I'm not going to have high energy, you know. So I've learned these rhythms about myself. And so when January and February come around, I'm like, okay, time to turn inward, time to like find whatever seed it is I need to be nurturing on that scale. So when March comes, I'm full of energy to move forward. So I've let myself off the hook for that reason. And I have found so much peace. Just being like, oh yeah, I don't have to do all the things that everybody is sending in my email box for me to join and do.
It's just
That's
an email box.
because that's not the way I work. Other
Yeah.
people work that way. I just don't. So, I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm right, you're wrong. I'm just saying for me, this is how I have felt my rhythm
Well,
for
and I know when you explained that to me, however many years ago, the way you work, it kind of worked within me. And then like just this last year when I came off of Christmas and I'm like, I need 2 weeks to recover from my Christmas. You know, I remembered what you said about New Year's and I'm like, no, it does feel like animals hibernate in the winter and everything is slowed down in the winter, maybe I need to slow down a little bit too. Hence the do less, expect more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I understand that.
Yeah.
In the winter, but in the spring, I'm like, I want to get all the things done.
Well, it does bring a calm, right?
Mhm.
You think about that first snowfall and how quiet. Jen, you just had this, and Beth, you had this in Texas.
Yes, we had 12 inches of snow here in North Texas. It was amazing and
So,
incredibly silent.
yes, the silence, right? And the
Silence. Oh, it's
calm and the
amazing.
peace. And I love what you were saying, Jen, about like the busyness. What if we do go introspective? And that's why I love my one word. When we have that one focus, it's a time of introspection and we can go inside, and that's productivity. Like you look at all of the greats and they have that time where they have that thought, they have think time, right?
Yes.
And that think time is that time where they're able to connect with their creator and to create and to become. It's just, and it is a calm process. It's not the crazy, oh, hey, I have to put out fires and I have to do this and I have to do that. And I think you were talking about your inbox, that those are other people who are putting that burden on you. And we don't have to choose to take and pick up that burden.
Yeah.
It's what is going to, it's like the hinges on the door. You know, there's three hinges. I'm looking at your door, Jen. There's three hinges on your door, and they're not very big. And those hinges, those small hinges, if you just choose one, that's going to help move that. Do less, expect more, right? It's going to move that door, that big thing that you're trying to accomplish when you can focus.
Yeah.
That provides that strength to do more.
Maybe for me in the winter months, it's just oiling my hinges.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
spring comes,
Yeah.
maybe
Cleaning up the door a little bit,
yeah,
picking out any dust or grime.
yeah, and it's because a lot of those things, all those programs are like, I'm like, this sounds really cool. I really want to learn this and everything. But I've learned that when I do that, I just kind of I want to do all the things all at once,
Mm-hmm.
and I do nothing because I'm
Yeah.
overwhelmed. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I am better in picking those types of things up in March and April. I get really excited and I feel like I have the energy to do it. And so that's my personal rhythm.
It
I
works. I love the rhythm. Yeah. After Jacene's year-end review course,
Mm-hmm.
I had the idea of okay, so after I did the year-end review and figured out where I was pleased and where I wanted to do more, I looked at 2025 and I said, okay, so for the whole year, what do I want to have? What is my end result for 2025? What do I want? And then when all of that stuff filled up my inbox, there were a couple things that appealed to me. And then I got my quarter out, my calendar with the quarters and said, okay, so which quarter could this fit into? And I took all of the options that flood the beginning of January and chose two to put into my quarters and do it that way. So I haven't started any of them yet.
can still do it.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it in January. And that's why I kind of like when I figured that out and let myself off the hook, I was like, oh, January is a slow time for me, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honor that,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
the doing less. And then you accomplish so much more in the spring and the summer.
Yeah, because I kind of wonder if that's just what I need. I need that like let's focus and nurture and be all cozy and eat the really good cozy foods and
Snuggle
nest
under
or
the covers, read the books.
hibernate
Yeah.
to a degree, and be ready because man, you're going to need to use it in the spring and summer.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you're building the foundation, like Jacene said, with the hinges.
Mhm.
And you think of like, I come from a farming community, and in the wintertime where we live, you're not growing crops in the winter.
No,
Mark,
we
my
love
husband's
winter
out.
because we can sit.
You can take a break. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's out making sure the equipment is, like you said, Jen, well oiled, and like the baling twine, the baler is set up with that baling twine, and just going through and cleaning and prepping
preparatory. It's preparatory
Yeah,
for, yeah.
Preparatory.
yeah, yeah.
This
But
first
just,
quarter.
and then just being. Yeah. And then
Well,
just
I
be.
think we ask too much of ourselves when we ask ourselves to prepare all of that while we're in the middle of the holiday season.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think at least for me, I would hit the ground on January 1st feeling like a failure because I wasn't ready to do any of that. And
Right.
so taking the first quarter in a preparatory way makes a lot of sense,
Mhm.
or at
Well, and
least the first
again,
month.
right, it's purposeful, like Jen was saying. It's
Yeah, it's
purposeful.
purposeful.
Yeah, there is purpose in this.
Yeah, the deep planning or the deep healing or just
Or
the
just
snuggle
be.
down with the blanket and the book, you know?
Yep.
Yep. I
Yeah.
just got a new set of books in the mail today and I'm just itching to find my blanket and crawl into the couch with my book. Yeah. I'm really, really, really looking forward to it.
Little cup of herbal tea and yeah.
Oh, Creo. I need Creo.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Well,
Are
and
there
that
other
does give
ways?
calm. It
I'm
gives calm.
sorry.
It just provides calm. Like when we look at it that way, it's not hectic, it's not chaotic. And I realize that some people are still, like Jen was saying, are still in that hectic place, where you are raising kids and now it's basketball season, it's indoors, and we're taking this kid here and this
Go from
kid here.
basketball to soccer, and we go from soccer to swim lessons, and it just keeps going.
Which
Right,
is, I
right.
think that's just the season you're in, but you can still find your calm in that season.
Yeah,
It'll just be probably smaller or just it's different. And I like it goes along with the principle of we're all created differently. We're all going to have different types of calm.
Different by design.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the idea of micro meditations. I was listening to another coach teach a couple weeks ago, and she was talking about how when she feels something not quite right in her body, maybe her shoulder is tight, or, her mind has a thought that's not, she realizes she's on a false track, that she takes a breath and she just takes a good breath. And sometimes the first breath isn't a very good breath. Sometimes the first breath is just right here and it's about 3 seconds long.
Yeah.
But the second breath is a little bit better. And the third breath, by the third breath, you're like relaxed enough. You actually get a good deep breath. But she says that only takes maybe a minute. But that micro, just of the three breaths, resets for her every time. It just completely brings her back to where she is and gets her out of her head that quickly. And I find that fascinating. But it makes
My
sense when you think of vagus nerve stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh, totally. Some of my micro resets are like with oils, essential oils.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
They're like, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that smells so good. It calms, or like, oh, that's really refreshing. Or
Yes.
man,
I love to put it on the back of my neck, just right here. And then I'll just sit here and,
yeah.
breathe my hand. Yeah. I used a blend called Hope just at lunchtime, especially after getting together with that difficult lady. Like, nope, I'm good. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, it was all good. It was all good. What
Mhm.
else do you guys do to bring calm? What?
Music, music is always
Oh,
right.
yes.
There's just a calm playlist that just brings you that peace and brings you back to it's all going to be okay.
And this is real. This is
Yeah,
what's real, not what was spinning around in my head there.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. I did a meditation, Monique Rhodes. I don't
Hmm.
know if you're familiar with her, but the one that I did with her yesterday was all music. And I don't usually do a meditation to music. Usually it's either silence or it's a guided with a voice.
Right.
This is the first time I'd done a music meditation. I was really surprised how quickly my mind ran off.
Mhm, mhm.
I was bringing my puppy back all the time. I mean, every third word, I'm like, no, we're not thinking. We're listening. Oh no, no, really, we're listening. It
We're
was
listening.
crazy. I need to practice with that. But how do you rein in when you do music, Jacine?
I get lost in music. So I can just go on the sea or in the clouds or yeah, I guess I get visual, not I guess I do.
Yeah,
My that
and
music.
visionary with music,
Yeah. Yeah,
where it makes pictures.
my brain just with the music just starts creating. that,
Ah,
yeah,
what a gift.
places. Yeah. It's interesting because I've had the opportunity, I had some time to spend with my oldest brother, and he's 2 years older than me. And I was telling my mom, I'm like, oh my gosh, it was so fun to spend time with Mark because he and I have a lot of the very similar traits. And in fact, he used to babysit, and the family he used to babysit for called me the girl Mark Stokes.
The
So
girl Mark
girl Mark
Stokes.
Stokes, yeah. Oh, that's the girl Mark Stokes. Yeah.
There's Mark and there's the girl Mark.
There's the girl Mark. Yeah.
That's
But
funny.
it was fun to just like talk with him and talk about how we both have visual, we're both very visual, and
Mhm.
we can see things and relate things just in the pictures in our mind. And what, like music, how that brings a picture to my mind, or a smell and how that brings a picture to my mind. And I find it fascinating that both of us have that gift. Yeah,
That's beautiful. Yeah. And so that's a great way to calm. And it's a very physical response, isn't it?
it is. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not
Oh,
just in your mind, it happens all the way through your body.
well, it could be a color too. I was just telling my mom, uh,
Mhm.
our our Tuesday training guide for our doctors and clinics, they changed the colors in their color scheme for the Tuesday training. And last year it was purple. And
Mhm.
this year it's just this really, well, it's probably this color green.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah.
Really
And
soft.
I opened it up and it was just like, ah.
Oh,
And I had to go back to an old one last week I immediately I felt this tension. Yeah. And it
yeah.
was so interesting. So pay attention to colors, pay attention to your body and what your
Mhm.
body is doing when you're
Responding.
smelling something or hearing something, or your body's telling you, hey, that doesn't feel good, or that doesn't feel right. Can we switch?
Right.
Can we reframe it? Yeah.
And honor that. Yeah, listen to what your body needs and honor it. Yeah, it's interesting because it's all different frequencies, right? The color frequency and the sound frequency, and then the frequency of your body. And sometimes it's just exactly what your body needs. And
Mhm.
sometimes it just doesn't work.
Right.
And
It's
so
like the
listening,
magnets, right? That are
yeah,
like,
the repelling magnets where you can't make them stay together for
yeah,
anything. Frequency. Yeah, it's wild.
it's
But
crazy.
so often we do push against that repelling energy
Mm.
because there's a thought in our mind that we're supposed to, or
Mm.
come on, just get over and get it done. You know, old models, old scripts, old things that we need to do, but maybe a micro meditation or a little bit of music and listen to what your body really needs. That is doing less. And that is expecting more, because what happens when you're working, just like you said with the magnets, if you're pushing against this is what I have to do, you're not going to get nearly as much out of it as if you just take that micro moment and
Right,
listen to what your body needs and do that, and then it just fits.
right.
Yeah, but by taking the time, then it will fit. It won't fit as long as you keep banging it.
No,
It doesn't work. Your
no.
knuckles just get sore. It's not a good thing.
Oh my gosh, right.
Yeah. Yeah. Jen,
Mm.
you have some cool practices with meditation and imagery, the hypnotherapy that's really calming. Anything come to mind that way to help us to find a
I
calm
don't like
space?
all of it. Just that you do a meditation calms your nervous system. Whenever you can get out of your current brain state, which is beta, into either a high alpha or a theta state, you're going to change. You're going to change your nervous system state.
Mhm.
You're going to go out of your fight or flight. You're going to go out of it. So you're always going to create some type of relaxation or calm. And there's just all different visualizations we do, like white, bright, healing light. You guys know that one.
Yeah,
Like,
I love just going down the path.
yeah, yeah, just the
I
Yeah,
path.
love
when we
that.
start, when we just start to relax and you're just on the path. For me, sometimes it's a path down through the woods in my mind's eye. A lot of times it's a path up the dunes to the beach on the other side of the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So
that
these are
imagery.
places within you that create that calm. And
Yeah.
so it no, your subconscious, your unconscious knows, oh, if I do this, I'm going to create this state. And so, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And just that short meditation turbocharges your life. At least what comes next, you know? I love it because I realize, like you said with oils, when I'm tired and I need that little bit of downtime, an oil and a lay down for 10 minutes, a meditation will really shift me. And then it blows my mind because I'm so tired when I lay down and so wound up. And
Mm.
it's 10 minutes.
Mhm.
You know, it's as long as it takes to microwave a TV dinner
Do
and
you,
you feel like a different person. It's crazy.
when you lay down, do you slip into like,
I disappear,
you go to sleep actually, right?
I guess.
You go into a different brain state. You go into a
Yeah, I
different
go somewhere
brain
else. Yeah.
frequency.
A
So
different frequency.
there you go. And that's what sometimes it's all your brain needs. I mean, I can remember in high school being like in my afternoon classes, being so just like fighting to stay awake. And if I just crashed for just like a few seconds or like
Yep.
it came up, I'd be like, oh, then I don't have to fight it anymore. It's because your
Yeah.
brain, for some reason, just needs to get out of that state into that other state. And it's a
It needs a reset.
theta and delta are healing states. And so, of course, that's what you need. Your
Yeah.
brain needs.
Okay, but what if you don't want to shift into theta or delta?
You
What if
won't.
you're all keyed up?
When I'm that way,
Mhm.
sometimes my calm, I need to get the energy out. So I go out on a walk, I go into nature, I do
That makes sense.
something physical with my body if
Mhm.
I'm pent up like that.
Yeah, and the vibration in nature. In fact, Jared and I were hiking in the woods a couple days ago when the snow was fresh, and I said, "You want to go down and see where I yell at the trees?" And he's like, "Sure." Like my mom is really weird, but we did. We went down to, and it's just a little copse of trees with a clearing in the center where I can walk down and not necessarily yell, but have a conversation with my creator for sure, and get stuff off my chest. And the vibration, again, the energy of that space in nature really does shift.
Yeah.
But it was fun to call it Yell at the Trees with Jared. He got it.
I think, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, JC? What do you do for calm? Music.
Yeah, music is my go-to most of the time, and I don't have the patience yet. I'm working on that.
Yet. I love that word yet.
It's three-letter
Or
word.
That's our word, our hope
or
word. Yet.
the meditation. Like I've tried to make that a habit, and I occasionally, when I do it, I feel really good, but
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's creating that habit stack that
Well, it doesn't hurt that my bed sits, I mean, you can see it in the background. It's right next to my desk. So I just ask for a 10-minute timer and then just, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And just walking, one of the things that I haven't done in a while, and I think it's just because Mark has is retired now and has been home and taking care of the horses and stuff. And
Yeah.
I miss that time because that calms me to just go out and pet my horse or feed her or clean her stall or whatever. And it
Yeah.
just and I'm also missing that connection with my horse too. So that I think like if you have a pet or an animal, that can also be a source of calm just to
Yeah.
reach out to them. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah. That's
gosh.
the
When
truth.
my cat lays on me, forget it. I'm taking a nap. It's a
That's it. Yep. You're out.
he lays on me right here and he purrs and I'm just like, oh, I'm just gone.
Oh,
This is
thank you. Right?
The
Yeah.
love of an animal. Yeah. It's a beautiful
with the
thing.
animals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are lots and lots of ways, but I think the most important thing is for us to consider that we can do less
Mhm.
and to embrace that principle that when we choose to do less in a creator based way, we choose to do less. I mean, I'm not going to choose to do less and live in front of the TV with Netflix, though I
Right.
might live there for an hour or so.
Right.
But yeah, within reason. But to choose to do less, we really can expect more by being more mindful of our
Mm.
choices. We did promise that this whole first quarter was going to be on mindfulness. And it's just been so interesting for me to see how mindfulness worked through this, the idea of being calm. Because what happens? We come out of our head, we're mindful of our body, and we're calmed.
Right.
We come out of our head, we take a deep breath, and we're present with the breath. So much of it is that presence. And then the choice to cognizantly choose to do less because we're mindful of the present moment also brings us to having more. There's real blessings in mindfulness. We'll keep learning about it. Jenny, you look like you have something to say.
Yeah.
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 I'm all about Dr. Schwartz. I love the C's. And what I have found in my being aware of them and cultivating them, or however you want to say it, is they're very connected with each other.
Yes.
So it's like you can have calm, but it's going to lead into something else. It's like
next week we're talking about clarity. So imagine where the calm leads into the clarity, right?
Or the clarity into the calm.
Yes, or the clarity into the creativeness, or I mean, they're all, and then they all come with this choice, which his ninth C. It's just going to be so fun to keep talking about it. Yeah.
I love the C's. So yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about clarity next week. So get ready. Things that bring us clarity, why clarity is important, what we do for clarity, what's it mean? I mean, there's just.
So let's have our listeners out there, like, you guys pay attention, write clarity down, look it up, do a word hippo on it.
Oh yeah, do a word hippo. That's a new thing.
And it would be cool to have a conversation, about what are some things. Reach out to us and let us know what some of your thoughts are on clarity. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Hey, are we doing book club this week?
We are. And we are doing Breathe, Be, Give. And we are going to be through chapter 4 in that. And
how'd it go with Meet the Authors last week?
It was really good. Yeah. Yeah. They have a lot of insight that helps, They've got the backstory, which is
right. They wrote the book.
Right. So yeah, just join us. And
are they going to be there this week?
They will. Yep.
Oh, nice.
They will.
So if you missed it last week, come this week.
Yeah. It'll be good. And we'll be through chapter 4 this week. So yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah, that'll be great. And we have Coach and Claire, and we had our first Thursday Coach and Claire last week, and it was so good.
It was so needed. Oh my gosh.
It was so good.
I could have had another one on Friday.
Yeah. Well, we have one tomorrow. If you're up and about, tomorrow at 1:30 and then Thursday again at 2. And those are central times. Yeah. So come. Yeah. That'd be great. And think about clarity. I love that idea. I'm gonna word hippo it. Just saying. That's a new verb now. We're gonna word hippo it. Just like we Google things. Now we word hippo it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we'll come back next week and we'll talk about it again.
Love it.
Thanks, you guys. See y'all soon. Bye.
Bye.
I fill my mind with gratitude. I give thanks for everything, with every little thought I think. I can choose to be happy, choose to be free, moment by moment. It's all up to me, 'cause what I think about, I bring about. That's the way it is, and there is no doubt. Day by day, I pave the way with every little thought I think.
Thanks for joining us today in A Creator-Based Life. I hope you felt that compassion, mindfulness, and hope you came seeking today. You can find more of it at cmhcoaching.com or on linktree/cmhcoaching. Of course, any social media outlet, we're there too. Because you felt the benefit and light in this message, please invite those you care deeply about to join us. Help us to create a ripple effect across the globe of compassion, mindfulness, and hope. Then we can create a creator-based life together. Have a great week, y'all. We'll talk to you soon.
Moment by moment, it's all up to me, 'cause what I think